Hey guys, you know, yeah, I haven't made many videos about Texas basketball this season. And, I got hooked on Texas, as much by the basketball teams as I did by the football team. So I don't want you to think I'm showing more devotion from one team to another here. I love it. But I'm going to talk about basically just kind of a bit of an overview of the whole season for Texas. One thing that's impressed me so much about this Texas team is that the coaching, when you look at Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph, they're very talented freshmen, very talented, but they don't get to the point that they are right now without great coaching. They don't get like that by themselves. At the beginning of the year, you can tell, wow, these are a couple very talented freshmen. These guys are going to be really good. The thing is, I didn't think that day was going to be later this season. I didn't think we'd be this good. I thought we'd probably, lose 8 games, maybe have about the final record this year as we did by the end of last year, but still be a better overall team. Maybe a little bit better. But this team has come through huge. They're the best team in the conference. We lost to USC for one reason. Immaturity in that game. That was early on in the year. We looked too much to Jordan Hamilton to score at that point in the year. He came up against a great defender, had a rough night, and he couldn't score. Early on in the year, it looked like Jacob Brown this year is what Jordan Hamilton was last year, in my opinion. Brown took a good amount of ill-advised shots where you're thinking, you're just kind of confused as to why he took the shot. Is that really your best offensive weapon? Is that really all you could do offensively that possession? Kind of like the screen pass for Texas in football this year. It just wasn't working. But I've seen him mature a lot as the season's gone on, as well as Hamilton, as well as Thompson, especially Joseph. When the season first started to be, Joseph was, he looked okay, but he was a bit of a disappointment compared to what he was advertised to be coming into the year. But now, sky high assist turnover ratio. He's doing a lot right and virtually nothing wrong. In that Kansas game, it was okay for Hamilton to be off the floor, which wouldn't have been able to, the Texas wouldn't have been able to do earlier in the season. But the Kansas game, he went off the floor for 5-6 straight minutes. He went off the floor because Jacob Brown, a sophomore, and Corey Joseph, a freshman, were able to handle it and take control of the game. This is what I think has a legitimate chance to make the Final Four. They've got, in my opinion, the best defense in the country. They only play about 8 guys. More like 7, because Alexi Lemini doesn't get a lot of time every time. He plays great when he gets out there. For example, against North Carolina earlier this year, he came in, got 9 rebounds or something like that, just 15 or something minutes of play. That's great. Anytime you get that kind of production, and Gary Johnson is playing phenomenal right now. He destroys the zones. Last year we didn't have a guy like that. People played zone on Texas because they didn't really have one guy who could stand out there and pound away from 3. But this year we've got Jordan Hamilton who can go out there and knock down 3. So they were doing everything last year they could. Every kind of zone. Probably a 1-3-1. I'm not positive, but anyways, last year teams were doing 1-3-1 on us in the area, pushing everything into the lane because we didn't have a guy who could spot up and hit threes last year, really. But they wanted to keep the ball out of the paint away from Dexter Pittman, Damian James. This year they tried doing it again at the beginning of the year because they said Gary Johnson's going to be really good, Tristan Thompson. Hamilton was way too good of a shooter for that. Jacob Brown's a great shooter. Corey Joseph really came along shooting as the season's going on, so you can't force everything into the lane anymore. To try to take away the 3-point line, where does that leave open? You've got the lane, fairly well covered, but still 3 guys out there on the perimeter to take away the 3-point shot. Leaves open the free throw line. Gary Johnson destroys those zones because he's such a great mid-range jump shooter. can shoot it over the top defense. Great spot to shoot contested. He is so strong. You can't just try to anticipate him shoot jump shots. He's really strong down the post. He can destroy it. We can destroy it inside. We did that against A&M this year. We just pounded the ball down low and destroyed them. But there's also been games this year where we've just knocked down threes. You know, PATs have decided, okay, well, we're going to stuff Texas, make sure that they can't get any easy points in the lane. It's like, well, what's fine? We'll let him shoot from outside. You know? And we'll let Joseph shoot from outside. We'll let Brown hit the ball. A guy that I'm really going to miss when he leaves at the end of the season is Debockle. That guy plays defense like no other. He made Kimball Walker look like a fool for the majority of that game. And eventually he started calling on him. He had to take way more shots to get his 20-something points than he had to against any other team he had played all year. It wasn't because he was cold. He was shut down. Now, we still lost that game, but, you know, we've lost 2 of our 3 losses have been by 3 points, so you can't really be all that irritated or upset about those losses. I won. But it's always disappointing when you lose a game that close to such a good team. But, you know, in my mind, I'm more irritated with the blowout than such a close loss. Or blowout loss, excuse me, to USC. That was disappointing. What I see from this team, what they didn't have last year, first of all, obviously it's chemistry, was just that effort, that hard-nosed refusal to give up the never-say-die attitude. It's tired and out. It's really what this team has. They will not give up. They were down 15 points in the first half. Sorry, there's a little dust in me. I just swiped it away. But they're down 15 points in the first half. The first 10 minutes in that game against Kansas. They didn't give up. A lot of teams were. But slowly but surely through the game we did, it's we overpowered them with our suffocating defense. And not only that, but our guards. Last year, that's something we didn't have a true point guard last year. That we hurt us a lot because we were an awful half-court team last year offensively. But our guard play between Hamilton, Brown, Balve, and Joseph, our guards just really made a difference, and we showed that our guards were better than Kansas' guards. And we beat Kansas on their floor, playing their kind of slow, physical, grinding out game. We beat them at their own game. And Kansas is supposed to be one of the best teams in the nation. Prior to that game, there was a lot of people, including Seth Davis and Jay Billis, who were saying that Skip Bayless as well, who were all saying Kansas was the best team in the nation. They're going to win the national championship. Well, guess what? Texas didn't win this game because they got the officiating in their favor in a couple of favorable spots. They didn't win this game because they hit a few lucky shots. They didn't win this game because Kansas beat themselves. They won this game because they went out there and played the Kansas game and they beat them at it. Texas can run and gun this year, just like they could last year. They're phenomenal. When they get to the half court, they may be better than when they're running and gunning, just trying to run this fast-paced offense. It's almost impossible to stop if you run it right, but they run a great half-court set. One of the top teams in the nation, rebounding, way more physical than they normally played Pittsburgh. And I think one of the reasons they lost is because Thompson got pushed around because he wasn't ready for that kind of physicality. Guess what? We play Pittsburgh again. I think it's a different outcome because this team's much more physical. They get out there, they rebound. They don't give you anything easy. And oh yeah, they got Jordan Hamilton, so they're pretty good offensively. Free throw shooting, we're not much better than we were last year percentage-wise, but I think everyone's better. Brown's better, Hamilton's way better, Johnson's way better. But it's just Thompson just drags that percentage down. He improves. I think you drastically see the team's free throw percentage improve. I think we're a lot better than we were last year. Saw that free throw thing rear its head against Missouri, but it'll happen from time to time. Texas looking really good. I could see this team winning the national championship now. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not going to do anything dumb or predict something like that, but it could happen. Longhorns basketball team has been real happy this year.